Hi everyone and welcome to Club 1 episode 11 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome back to Cobh Ramblers in the Irish First Division. So I've brought you back slightly earlier than I intended to originally. The original thought was to come back for the Limerick game in the First Division, and that's in another week from now. But things have changed only because we got through the first of our knockout games in the Senior Challenge Cup against Galway from the First Division, and then we drew Bohemians in the Senior Challenge Cup second round. And the reason I wanted to come back and play this game is if we go to the Irish Premier Division, you can see that Bohemians are currently sitting top. So in theory, currently they are the best team in the Irish Football League. So I thought it was a worthwhile game to come and play on one of the episodes. Now, truth be told, I fully expect to lose, and that's unfortunate just because I think we've been on a really amazingly good run recently, which has led us to sit currently top of the Irish First Division by 4 points from Longford. And then a couple of points to everybody else. So I'm really happy with how the First Division League schedule is going for us, and our form is in the First Division. But today is a different kind of kettle of fish altogether, isn't it? You can see the club finances continue to be bad, unfortunately. I've tried to arrest it as much as I can in terms of reducing the wage budget and all sorts of other bits and pieces, and taking some of the people off the salary. I've done all sorts of things, but just unfortunately it's not worked out for me this season. I'll have to redress that in the summer, potentially looking forward. But that's for another day. Fortunately, the wage budget is fine, and that's all the board seem to be really judging me on at the moment, which is great. As I've already shown you, the recent form has been exceptionally good. Since the last time that you and I were together for the previous episode against Drogheda United, where we comfortably won 3-1, we then beat Bray 1-0. Not a brilliant game, but we picked up the points. Then we went through in the cup competition, as I say, against Galway, and then we played the University College of Dublin and beat them 1-0 as well. So form has been very, very positive, but today is a really, really hard test against potentially the best side in the country. So let's go and have a look at the tactics and the team for today. The tactics will remain as they always have. We played quite a custom wing player, an attacking asymmetric type of 4-4-2. We have that left-sided player slightly in advance. I think it just suits the players that we've got. And as you can see, most of them are doing pretty well in it. Everybody in terms of the squad is fit and healthy, so I've got a full squad to pick from. So it's going to be my normal side that's been around for a little while now. And so that means that it's Hunt in goal, Edwards at right back, Taylor at left back, O'Riordan and McSweeney in central defence, Buckley and Hurley in central midfield with Turner on the right, Power on the left, Dunn and Murphy up top, with the bench of Lyons, Fleming, O'Rourke, Kennedy O'Connor, O'Driscoll, O'Leary and Dolan. So let's get into this rather challenging knockout cup game against Bohemians and see what happens. So in terms of team talk, I've calmly suggested that we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Let's go and show everyone else what we're capable of. All I want is a competitive performance. If we get beaten, that's absolutely understandable in this particular circumstance, but I just don't want to get annihilated. I want to be competitive if possible. So we are at home, which helps as we go into kickoff, and the opposition in terms of Bohemians today play a 4-2-3-1, so that's a different formation than we come up against sometimes. So let's just see how we match up with them. Taylor down the left-hand side for us, along to Murphy, gets to cross to the far post, but it's partially cleared, but only partially, and we regain possession and build it again down the right-hand side. Buckley at the top of the box takes a shot, but the goalkeeper gathers the ball comfortably. But a good early opportunity to show that we're not overawed and we're here to play and here to try and compete. But that's a poor defensive header. And fortunately for us, the shot that came afterwards went very narrowly past the post, and those are the things that we've got to be aware of. We can't afford to make too many mistakes, and again the defensive cover was not very good. Gray with the opportunity for Bohemians, and Hunt gathers the ball comfortably, but again they got through quite easily, and we're going to have to watch those through balls, I would suggest. I think that's going to be a danger to us as the game progresses. Having said that, at this point, 25 minutes gone, we've had at least one opportunity ourselves. You can see that they're dominating us in terms of created chances, but in terms of possession, we're holding our own and keeping the ball well enough. And so that's a positive. Corner for Bohemians, comes into the near post, only partially cleared, whacked against the crossbar from the middle of the penalty box, and then eventually the pinball leads to Hunt gathering the ball for us and calming the situation down. But very unfortunate for Bohemians there. Long ball over the top from a free kick, I think it was, but Hunt comes out and gathers that, cuts down the ball, the angles perfectly well, and then sends a long ball forward, but it's picked up by Bohemians, who again give it back to us. And it's again sort of unfortunate for both sides that we're not really wanting to keep hold of the ball so well. Eventually Bohemians get it down, have a run at goal and shoot, but it goes quite wide on that particular occasion, and we get to half time at 0-0, and hopefully that will lead to a little bit of a nervy second half from Bohemians, who've got to feel that the pressure is on them to get a result. So I'm going to go with Stuart Ashton, our assistant, and we're just going to encourage them and suggest that that we're okay where we're at, and everybody's still fit and healthy, so we can go back out and play the second half. So what can Bohemians do against us in the second half? Probably quite a bit, but we'll have to wait and see. An opportunity for us to drive forward though. Taylor from left to right to find Turner. He's got Edwards on the outside of him, but he cuts the ball in himself. Decent header from Power, but slightly far out, and the goalkeeper isn't really troubled too much and gathers the ball well. Sends the ball forward. Gray with a very, very good bit of instant control, and the shot is unlucky. It hits the post, and eventually we clear it. But that first bit of control by Gray was exceptionally good, wasn't it? The shot was unfortunate in terms of hitting the post. For us now down the left-hand side, Taylor with a throw-in, gets the ball back again. Cross comes into the centre of the box, but partially cleared to Hurley, who finds Turner out wide right. Early cross into the far post, but they gather the... dear me, that's sometimes football for you, isn't it? So the ball comes back out. Hurley with a lovely ball out wide to Turner. Turner with a very good cross in, and the defender gets in all sorts of difficulties, and Dunn gets a foot in and just nicks the ball between the defender and the goalkeeper and gets the ball in the back of the net. Oh, we're going to get offside from that. Oh, that's so unfortunate, isn't it? That on that particular moment... Oh no, they gave it. It was officially offside, but they gave it because he didn't then receive the ball, I guess. Anyway, confusion over. We now lead Bohemians 1-0, and that's probably going to anger them slightly, and they're going to come full bore at us, but we'll see how we cope with it. Here they come, first opportunity, and the first opportunity is taken, isn't it? Defensively, we didn't quite ever get a foot in. Oh, no, it's been disallowed. I wonder why it was disallowed. I didn't see any reason for that. He was probably offside, but... It's all very confusing. I can't keep up with the allowed and disallowed goals in this particular match. It seems like the ref's not having the best of games, maybe. But another opportunity, but we get a little bit fortunate there that off the woodwork, Hunt managed to gather the ball again. But yeah, very, very fortunate on a couple of these occasions to keep the ball out the back of our own net. Opportunity for us down the left-hand side. Turner into Power. Taylor into Power, back to Taylor, who runs with the ball and loses the ball, and we're going to get caught on the counter-attack now, and down our right-hand side, but a good tackle by Buckley. What? What was wrong with that tackle? Oh, well, that's very, very annoying. Okay, so we're going to have to reshape a few things. Murphy's going to have to come off, and we're going to have to bring on... Let's think. We're going to bring on Kennedy O'Connor and put him into midfield where he usually plays for us. And we're just going to have to play Dunn up front on his own. Where are we at? We're on the 69th minute. That's the first of our changes. I think we are going to make a couple more now and just see if we can get some fresh legs on. They're going to have to cope with the rest of the game with 10 men, so we're going to see if we can get some fresh legs on and take away that yellow card from O'Riordan, because I don't want another red card. So that's what we're going to have to go with for the rest of the game. Not ideal, but yeah, I'm really disappointed. It looked like a really good challenge to me, but obviously the ref saw something in it. But I'm not convinced that he's having the best of games with all of his offside, onside sort of decisions as well. But there we go. Here we go for Bohemians with a very good free kick. Leahy, I would suggest that's how you pronounce his name, maybe. But yeah, that was a really good strike, wasn't it? You can't really complain about that. Left-footed, right in that top corner. Goalkeeper almost got it, but not quite. And we go back to 1-1, and now we're in a lot of trouble, aren't we, really? Now being down to 10 men against a side that are on the up and motivated. Almost nicked the ball there, but gave it straight back to them. And here, Bohemians come through the centre of the pitch, moving towards the penalty box. Has a pot shot from quite a distance, and it's narrowly wide, and Hunt didn't even have to move for that one, knew that it was going wide. And we're down to the 83rd minute. Ball over the top for Gray again. And eventually Hunt gathers that particular ball, but it was offside for Gray anyway. You can see that they've had so many shots at goal, haven't they? 31 shots. Only 8 on target, though, so they've been a bit wasteful. Another opportunity for a free kick. Good save by Hunt. Really good save. Tipped it over the top of the bar for a corner kick. And the corner comes in to the near post, and they continue with the loose ball. A couple of false dawns on shots, but then have one that's blocked. Come back with the ball again, though, and the latest shot goes wide, and we can breathe a sigh of relief on that particular occasion. But the goal kick goes straight to Bohemians, and look at them pile forward. They got like 7 guys in the box, and again Hunt does well to tip it over the bar. He's having a fabulous game. Maybe he didn't tip it over. Maybe it was just over the bar from the shot, because we now have a goal kick. And wisely, he's taking his time with this one. Goes out wide left to O'Leary, and the ball goes out for a throw-in to Bohemians. They get an opportunity to come back at us one last time and see if they can get that very, very late goal to go through, which would be absolutely gutting if they got. But look at them pile forward again. There's a good half dozen team members in their attack, all moving forward and trying to get this late goal. Can we hold out and go into extra time, which would be even more challenging possibly, but can we do that? Turner picks up the loose ball for us down the wide right, and we have managed to get through that game. 10 men, 1-1 into the dressing room. What can we do about it? We can't make any more substitutions. Let's just go in assertively and say, let's go and say, don't let this slip away from you. We've been the better. No, we can't say that, can we? That would be silly. Nobody is expecting anything from us today. Go out there and play without pressure. Yeah, that's as good as I can do, I think, at this point, now that we're down to 10 men also. So let's just see if a little bit of freedom can bring some moment of magic from us, maybe. And Dunn picks up a good goal kick from Hunt, and Turner picks up the ball on the right-hand side, but loses out to it, and Bohemians again with Gray over the top, and he puts it wide of the goal again. They're being very, very wasteful. Look, I mean, Gray has got a 6.2 rating for this particular match, and it's showing, isn't it, that, you know, every time they get a chance, they're not being clinical enough. And having said that, now they get a corner kick that again goes a bit bouncy in the box, but they've picked up the loose ball again. That extra man being of help to them. Ball over the top, header from a slightly odd angle, and Hunt picks up the ball with no major problems. You can see that they're now becoming a little bit frustrated by the fact that we're not dying and letting them sweep us away. So hopefully that can go in our favour as well in the last part of this period of extra time. Can we get through to penalties, or are they going to sucker punch us with a very good strike? And there you go. There's the goal. That's a decent strike again, isn't it? The goals from long distance have been very, very good. We dealt with the corner reasonably, but again they pick up the loose ball. Passes back to Mandrui. I couldn't quite work out how you would pronounce his name, but his long shot was exceptional, and Hunt is finally beaten again, and we now finally finished the game at 2-1 loss. But we achieved exactly what I wanted to achieve, really. I always thought it was going to be difficult for us to win. We almost got to penalties, and that would have been a lottery, but we were competitive. We did as well as I expected us to do, really. I thought we played very well, so I'm going to go in and suggest that passionately. Despite the result, I'm pleased with your performance out there. This was against the top side in the country, and we held our own, and we looked decent enough doing it. And on another day, we might have been lucky to get through to penalties, and who knows what would have happened. But that's our adventure in the cup competition done in the Senior Challenge Cup this year. Unfortunately, we came against the Giants at this particular point, but I think we held our heads high and performed very well. Unfortunately, Buckley's now given a ban. Stuart Ashton and my assistant advice felt Buckley's dismissal was for a bad tackle, was harsh, and you should consider appealing. You see, that's what I thought, that it looked really, really good to me. So I am actually going to do that. I am going to appeal against it. I wouldn't normally. It's not something I do very often. But I'm going to see whether we can get anything from that. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know about how that goes in the next particular episode. In terms of the next episode, what we're going to do for the last couple of episodes, what we're going to come back and do, I think we're going to come and play, let's say, Longford in the next episode. The reason being that if we go and have a look at the league table, you can see that they're currently sitting in second place behind us. So that's another key game. So we'll come back and we'll play the Longford match, and then we'll play the Athlone match in the episode after, just to finish off the league and see where we finish, because I think they'll still have something to play for possibly at that point. So I hope you'll join me for the next episode against Longford. In terms of this episode, it's now done and dusted though, so thanks very much for joining me. If you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with the videos? If you like this particular episode, then why not click that like button for me? It's really important for the growth of my channel. It's so important to get more eyes on the channel, to get more likes on the videos that I create. So if you could help me do that, that'd be great. If you're playing Football Manager yourself, I hope you're having a great time doing it. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments below. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.